Hi, this video will discuss the price elasticity of demand and compare elastic with inelastic demand. Finally, an example is provided. First, the definition of the price elasticity of demand is a ratio of percent changes. Percent change in quantity demanded in the numerator, percent change in price in the denominator. A shorthand abbreviation then for this price elasticity, which I've used EP to describe price elasticity of demand, is equal to this percent change, delta represents change, QD, quantity demanded, but divided by percent change in P. A more relaxed definition of price elasticity of demand, it will tell you how responsive consumers are, their quantity demanded, to price changes. You can find the percent change in X by simply taking the ratio of the change in X divided by your value of X. Here's the shorthand for finding percent change. Finally, let's compare inelastic demand with elastic demand. You have an inelastic demand if the percent change in quantity demanded is smaller than the percent change in price. You have an elastic demand if the percent change in quantity demanded exceeds the percent change in price. The next slide will provide an example. So the percent change, the price elasticity of demand is this ratio of percent changes. And suppose you start out here at price 1 and quantity 1. And there's been a price rise of 10%. If you have an elastic demand, then the quantity demand must exceed 10%. If you have an inelastic demand, then the quantity demand percent change must be less than 10%. The third and final scenario you could have, if there's been a price change of 10%, is having an exact same change in quantity demanded of 10%. This is the case of unit elastic. In this example, our quantity changes by 15%, or a larger percent change than the price change. Since quantity changes by larger than the price change, we say consumers are responsive or elastic. We can be more precise. We can put this percent change in the numerator. We can put this percent change in the denominator to find an estimation of the price elasticity of demand. These numbers, the price elasticity of demand, will always be negative because your quantity demand is always going to move in the opposite direction as price. In this example, with the quantity changing by 15%, that's negative 15%. Price rises by 10%, a plus 10%. This gets you in a price elasticity demand of negative 1.5. Finally, let's provide a precise interpretation of this negative 1.5. This means for every 1% change in price, quantity demanded will change by 1.5%. So, if price were to drop 1%, quantity demanded would increase 1.5%. If price changes were to rise 1%, quantity demanded would decrease by 1.5%. One final example. If price changes go up by 2%, quantity demanded drops by 3%. This video has summarized the price elasticity of demand, going over both the inelastic and elastic cases.